Hey everybody, it's me, your boy. Um, I'm gonna do some drawing. Oh, big old hanging thingy. So yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling today. I'm gonna be working on, basically a personal tarot deck thing that's not quite tarot. Uh, Something I've been working on for quite a little while. I actually got my little notebook here that has some of my original ideas for it that I'm going to be referencing here. But yeah, I'm just going to be going at it here. If anybody's got any questions or anything, just let me know. I'll be keeping an eye on the stream every once in a while. Gotta find me my nice clean brush. Get out here. Back to my good old sketchy brush. There we are. We are back. We're back in business. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wheeler, stop cheering things. moving up a little bit. That is too much. 40% is way too much. 24% is also too much. There we go. 7% is a nice even amount there. What's my chalk looking at today? Nope. Not looking at that. See, here's where I get like self-conscious about the fact that there's maybe 1 to 3 people watching me, but now my terrible workflow and terrible habits. Oh, hey, Goblin, what's up? How am I doing today? You were dong well? Today's good. Like I was saying a second ago, before I looked at chat, I'm gonna be trying to avoid, feeling overly self-conscious about somebody being present for my terrible process, because I will admit I do not have a great workflow. Oh, and I'm getting a phone call. Look at that. Am I going to answer it on stream? No, I'm not. Goodbye. If it's important, leave me a voicemail. That was actually an 850 number, so it was local, and my phone number's not local, so usually I know that my own area code probably means that whatever it is spam, but yeah, that was a local number, not mine. That could have been an actual call. But if it was important, they'll leave a message. Oh, you redeemed hydrate and I don't have a drink in here. Yeah, that's problematic. I did not bring my cup in here. Just hit a big old fucking eraser over this bad boy. Anything specific I'm planning on drawing tonight? Yeah, well, so what I have open is the sort of, it's the test file for it's sort of a personal tarot deck that I'm working on. When I say tarot, I really mean that it is a card deck with a bunch of, icon things in it. And it's so hard to explain it now. Basically, imagine a tarot deck or a Taraka deck if you're using the specific D&D one, where it is, a divining tool. And I actually have all of the right here over here in this very subtle layer. I have what all of the cards are, and each of them, back in the day, a couple years ago when I first started this project, I painstakingly went through and tried to figure out a bunch of icons and images and such that are vague enough to probably describe a bunch of different things, But oh hey, what's up, Table Troops here? You know, vague enough to be applied to a bunch of different things, but also, you know, evocative of a lot of fantasy elements. So you see things like knife, book, flame, horn, etc. And I think I have a pretty good spread. I actually do have a Google Doc somewhere where each of them has their own like list of every single sort of meaning that could be attributed to that one thing, whether specific or general. And I used it back a couple times in the first campaign that I ran a couple days ago, or a couple years ago. Not a couple days ago. I haven't been running games since before COVID. But yeah. So I have a couple that I've already sketched some ideas for. Here's one version of a knife, which is one of the cards. I have another version of the knife that I think is a little closer to the style that I'm going for. Oh, hey, Dee Dee. But since it's a Photoshop file and I'm really just sort of trying to collect all my ideas down, right now it's more collection than anything else. So even though I have multiple versions of the same one, I'm not getting rid of them. I have one in here that... hold on, how did I... Yeah, there we go. You know, this is another one that's in here. Here's a third one. And I'm gonna leave this little list up here, just in the background, just for reference. It is gonna be very dark because I don't want it distracting me while I'm working, but it's here. In terms of the style that I'm going for here, the cards that I have physically in front of me that I sketched on forever ago, just plain index cards, they sort of fall somewhere in this like flat, almost glyph style, where I'm not really doing necessarily a representational thing. But, you know, knife, obviously I have a pretty clear dagger / dirk sword thing. You know, this bone skull thing, it's sort of hard to get something clear as the idea of bones without it actually showing bones. But there are some things in here, like the path and the oath, that are a little harder to sort of represent. So there are some of them that, you know, I'm not dead set on what that actual design is for them yet. So we're just going for it. Right now, I think I'm just gonna try to copy down these designs that I have on the cards and go from there. Oh, there we go. That's much better. I think oath would be the hardest for me in terms of symbolism and just like showing it up. Yes, exactly. One thing that you might notice if you're scanning through the list here is that a lot of these are specifically referencing a D&D class. Most of them, anyway. So, you know, because I created the the idea of the deck as a D&D item. I actually have a fun memory of when I first used it in my old campaign, and I had the list written down exactly how it is here, and I asked one of the players, because he went to visit a fortune teller or something, you know, something that I'd put in game specifically so that he would be able to interact with it and I'd be able to show off what I've been working on. Yeah, I think that's a solid one to start here. And because I didn't have the physical cards yet, I just had the list, and I basically asked him to pick, you know, numbers between 1 and however many. And it just so happened that the ones he picked, when laid out like 1 through 5, turned out to really be effective at sort of describing the story of his character, or at least the story that he was able to infer from it, which is very much, you know, he had to add his own meaning into it. But I remember that being a really cool moment. Yeah, I am using Photoshop because even though it's expensive and is not necessarily the most functional, not necessarily the most functional, or it's functional, but it's not necessarily the cleanest and most, you know, it's not the best tool I could be using. It is the one that I'm most familiar with, because I've been trained in Photoshop for just about 10 years now. I started back in high school when the edition of Photoshop that was out was CS3. And I had my digital design class, and I didn't really do any digital painting back then, but I did learn the ins and outs of the software very much. To the point where now I'm so familiar with it that, like, I almost feel like I'm using it as a crutch. Because, like, I could just, you know, take the time to figure out one of the free softwares and, you know, not spend $20 a month. But, you know. But yeah, I don't think, if I'm gonna end up printing these, I don't think this sort of super minimalist rendition would be the version that I would print. Because even though there are a lot of very good styles like that, or there's a lot of good decks that are like that, I don't think this sort of matches up to them. At least in the stage it's in right now. You know, if depending on how much more time I put into it, maybe. But oh, fuck off. And I think most of these designs I actually meant to be asymmetrical on the card. where, unlike this one where the top and the bottom are identical, I meant for them to be one way versus the other. So for example, this knife is pointing one direction. I think that that was an important element of it, because that sort of determined it being facing one way or the other, and that sort of, you know, like normal tarot sort of adds that extra layer of you know, that extra layer of depth to how they can be read. So, you know, for like the knife, for example, whether it's facing towards you or away from you, could probably mean two very different things. Here's another one. Okay, go away, knife. Oh, so shit. Which? This isn't this brush. There's one. Idiot Goblin. I have zero clue how to use any of them, so it just makes it better. Photoshop is expensive and seems hard to use, but always good to just rely on if you know how to use it. Yeah. Yeah, I am glad that I do at least have one program that I'm very familiar with. Because, yeah, that knowing how to use your tools effectively is one of the biggest hurdles in when it comes to, you know, feeling like you can actually get art done. Let's turn the symmetry off so we're looking at here. Saint Meow, Photoshop subscriptions can be had for $10 a month, which isn't so bad compared to old cost licenses. Yeah, the you know, back in the day before it was a subscription service, you had to pay for the thing up front, which was usually $600 to $700. Before Creative Cloud was the norm, back when CS6 was still king. Well, even before that, CS3 on. I never actually paid for Photoshop. I always had a cracked copy. And, you know, I was never upset about the fact that I wasn't giving money to Adobe, because, you know. Oh, come on. Come on now. Give me the button. Fuck. Close enough. Alright. I'm over here naming my layers, but you can't see them because it's off screen. Alright, we'll get rid of that one. This one is actually this is one of the ones for The Voice, card number 9. Yeah, I don't remember what the direction was I was going with this when I first designed it back in the day. Oh shit, fuck. Because this card is actually, I actually just translated this card directly, wherever it is. It's in here somewhere. Brush tool, I know how to use you. Table Troop, I pay for the whole shebang, $56 a month. Yeah, I also pay for the whole thing, but I think I still have it on a student license. So I'm only paying $20 for however long that's going to last. There's no way I would pay anything more than the amount I am. Like, even though I've recently gotten a new job where I'm making more money, like, I'm not making money from my hobby enough to the point where I could justify anything more than $20 a month. Like, I do commissions every once in a while, sure, but that's not enough. For most of COVID, I actually had stopped my subscription and only recently started up again when I was getting back into doing more commissions recently. And yeah, Dee can't afford it, but Chris is nice when lets me use for streaming other things. Yep. Yeah. The one thing that's nice about your Adobe subscription, at least, is that you can be signed in on more than one device. Not very many devices. Not like Netflix, where you have a good couple. But Photoshop at least lets you have two. So Dee is actually signed in as my second device. I just need to zoom out here so I can get some longer straight lines a little bit easier. There we go. Wheeler, welcome back. We're talking about Photoshop subscriptions. I really don't know what I'm doing with this sort of lines around the edge style. It sort of is looking sort of like, ripples in water, and I like that. But it really comes across more with these rounded edge ones, so I think I might lean into that a little more with some of my next ones here. Table Troop, yeah, I use it pretty much every day. I keep trying to keep up with content for YouTube. Oh yeah, I definitely understand that. Because you gotta do thumbnails, you gotta do all sorts of stuff. Let's stick out a new layer here. This one's gonna be, let's do the eye. I have a couple versions of the eye here. One of them looks very, very similar to, I think, the Warlock symbol that D&D uses for the class, so I'm not going to do that. Ooh, oh, fuck off. There we go. Now this one would work better with this type of symmetry. Stab it. Let's go dual axis symmetry real quick. Shoot. Shoot. And shoot. Doing a big old eyeball. Okay, I think that turned out. I apologize if it's disorienting when I zoom in my screen here. But yeah, anyone who is familiar with Photoshop will realize that, like I said, my workflow is absolute ass, and I'm well aware of it. Okay, so I approached this wrong. So we're starting over again. Much better. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's get back to this thing. One thing that I also do have to keep in mind a lot when I'm working on this set is coherency between pieces in terms of like line weight and shit like that, which isn't usually, that's not as big of a deal when you're working on a single piece, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to match anything else. You know, you can be a little more freeform with it, but, you know, say I accidentally leave my brush size too big for this entire one, and it's way larger than all my line weights from the previous ones, I might have to, you know, go back and start over, or just, you know, go back to fix it. So if I look like I'm popping open other layers just to, you know, look at them for a brief moment, that is exactly what I'm doing. And I'm just scanning to check for, you know, line weight similarities and make sure that I'm, you know, sort of staying on track here. Alright, fuck this. Where is my marquee tool? Moved it. There it is. Let's actually do a fucking circular selection. Doo-doo. Where's my shift button? There it is. We'll move this there. No, not what I wanted. Control D, get rid of it. Shift. That's roughly equal here. Oh wow, that's how much I did not. That's how off center I was. Okay, well, that's close enough. It's a good place to start. There we go. All right, we're getting somewhere. And literally, this is just what I have on this card. That's all I've done. But, so you might see what I mean about, like, it has this sort of glyph style vertical symmetry will only work once. Turn my smoothing up a bit here like I did before, and that might help a little bit. I'm not liking where a lot of this is going. A little too heavy. A little too busy. Yeah, we'll come back to this one. Here's another one that's a little simple. I've got two here. So one's for the bridge, and this one is actually extremely simple. And it was just middle line here, and do. Get rid of this guy up top. Nope, now we gotta wait for Photoshop to catch up. I might be maxing out my RAM here. I'm working off of my laptop, which is a pretty powerful boy in terms of specs. I have a RTX 2060, I have a 8th gen i7. I want to say I have 8 gigs of RAM, which I could probably check by just pulling up my system info, but it's a good time. It's a good laptop. It's an MSI. Every once in a while I will run into spots where I have overestimated how much it can do. Oh, hello. Oh, an anonymous gifter has gifted 3 months of tier 1 sub, and it went to Didi. Oh boy. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I have to resubscribe with my Twitch Prime here, I think tomorrow, because it's gonna end for the month. My full year of Twitch, or of Amazon Prime membership just pulled out the other day, and it sort of made me broke, and it really sucked. Pretty much every year it happens the same way, where whoever's card is attached to it, just they get completely screwed. Oh, I just realized I did this not matching my thing at all. In other news, though, yesterday, on my other day off, I just finished binge watching Kame ga Kill on Netflix and also on Crunchyroll because I was split between which device I was watching on at different times. I forgot how sad the ending of that show is. Because, like, I knew how it ended, but I had forgotten. And yeah, it's intense. Like, talk about like way you might end a fucking campaign, like a D&D campaign or other story. Like, just nobody makes it out. Like, sure, that might be spoilery in case, you know, somebody has that on the list and hasn't watched it and has no idea what it's about, but like, fucking yeah, only like 3 named characters live. Also, y'all are talking about music. I don't have my headphones on, so what is... Oh yeah, this is good shit. This is good shit. Alright. Does anyone have any guesses which card this might be? Because I realize I have not been saying out loud what they are. I've just been picking ones for my deck or picking ones from my pack of index cards, really. Any guesses? Oh, hey Kelly, I could update you in a second, but I want to see what people are guessing on this. But yeah, Kelly, I'm working on the tarot thing. I don't remember how much I explained that to you when we were last talking about it, but... A little too thick here. Is this a deck of many things I wish to guess? Yeah, it's kind of like the the deck of many things that we have in game that just mostly doesn't work. Leviathan. No, this one is not Leviathan. Also not Horn. See if I can zoom in here on this list, make it a little clearer. On my end, the stream is very fuzzy, so I can't see my own words on my stream. I'm hoping it's clearer for y'all. Tempest. Nope, also not Tempest. Like I said, remember, there are some of these that are very hard to make representational, and this is one of them. This one is actually the first drawing that I have for the path. Because if you can see, there's a starting point here. Right? And it's literally just 3 arrows going in 3 different directions that basically lead to the same place. I have a couple other ones for this one that's like a lot more representational, like it's literally a road heading into mountains. But since I haven't really gone the fully representational route for these other ones, I didn't really go for that. Yep, Oath or Path, look at that. Yep. Oof. I'm having a real struggle with these headphones because it's reaching like all the way across the room. And it's like leaning over the back of a chair. And it's just hard. Our equipment setup is not perfect. Oh, that's a little better. I'll leave that one alone for now. This one is also the bridge, because it's literally a bridge, one thing between 2 areas, like little glyphs that are, you know. Sure, I could actually draw like a bridge, but no, I could just draw this weird like Taurus symbol or whatever. Which does make it, like, now that I'm looking at these, I go back to, you know, the knife, and it's sort of too obvious. Like, oh, that's so very clearly a knife. Like, this one I had earlier as the coin. This is one that I didn't draw today, that I drew, like, a couple weeks ago, or last week, or whenever I was last working on this. And it's sort of this weird, like, square coin with a hole in the middle, sort of, you know. Oh shit, fuck. I'm over here screwing everything up. You know, with this weird hole in the middle. Except this one's sort of like pseudo 3D. I don't know. This is why this whole thing is still like, I'm just sketching out ideas. This is nowhere near its final stage. Fuck off. I also, for some reason, started this document with like a very small canvas size, which I think I mostly did to avoid having it slow down my computer, because I knew I was going to be basically adding a lot of layers, like 20 to 30 layers here. But yeah, I think this bones one I'm pretty happy with for the time being, because it's literally just a transliteration of what I have in the card. But I think this is sort of that pseudo representational thing that I'm sort of going for, where it's there, but it's also got some weird shit. I don't know. And I have some tested text layers that's written like, I think that's like D&D Draconic or some shit. I don't know. What's one we can figure out here? I could do... Let's try the flame, I guess. Let's just jump back to the top. I got peace. Alright, goodbye, Kelly. We'll see you tomorrow night, probably, for D&D. Which fucking layer am I on? Come on. Oh, I'm on Eraser still. Yep, that would explain a lot. How do you draw fire? How do I do that? How do I do it and make it still look how I want? Here's the card I have for it. Let's reference the card. What's really fun? So you mentioned how, oh, this might look like the crown. I actually have a version of the crown card that literally is just a trident. So that's actually pretty spot on. You were thinking exactly how I was thinking at some point back when I first was drawing these. Okay, this one's just a very literal bit of fire. So I guess we'll go with that for now. Let's just get something on the page. So you might notice that every once in a while I'm switching which direction I'm starting my line from, because one of the nice secrets about getting nice lines is knowing whether to push or pull. Generally, a pull type line is going to be nicer than a push, but it's not always possible to do the type you want. Yeah, this looks very like sort of overly cartoony compared to my other ones, which I'm not really feeling. It'll probably look a little better if I do a quick fill here. Oh, that was wrong. What did I do wrong? I'm missing. Oh, that's what it is. All right, now I think it's an enclosed space. Yeah, okay, that's a little better. When it comes to the flame being sort of part of the deck, that was actually one of the first ones that I came up with. If you see, it's very much towards the top of the list. It's only number 3 of the ones that I wrote down. I think it's a very easy bit of imagery to associate with any number of, elements of a fantasy story, whether that's, a dragon or, that classic session where where the party burns down a town or a forest. If you're my Sunday night group. Let's just move this whole thing. No. Let's just move this whole thing down. Let's center this bad boy. Yeah, we're gonna leave that one for now and come back to it. You know what I actually think might be helpful for this is instead of using this sort of comic book style, like asymmetric brush, I actually might be served better to get this sort of effect that I want if I actually jump back to just a very basic hard round brush. Yeah, with no pressure sensitivity. We're gonna see how this goes. Let's turn off the symmetry line. See how we're looking here. Yeah, okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere here. So, let's go back to this guy. Let's deselect, get rid of that. Pull this guy back up, drop him way down. He's also looking a little big. Much larger on the canvas than the other guys have been. Which is my one that, nope, not that. There we go. Alright, so let's pop a new layer here using our single size hard round brush. And let's see what we can get. like that at all. Nope, I'm doing what I'm not supposed to do here. I'm trying to keep all these lines the same width. It's not working so well for this one. It worked for the others, but it's not working right here. So it's an idea I'll have to come back to. Dee Dee, you got me up and working on my necklaces. The vibes are just too good. Oh, that's good. That's the idea. Is always to try to be productive when you got good vibes going on. I'm glad I could assist. Right now, I don't feel too terribly productive, even though I'm sort of translating all these ideas into my notes or into my digital file. But like, I'm realizing that obviously the idea is not as far along as I thought it was. You know, there's always more to be done. Okay. There's another one I feel I can work on. Let's jump back to a new layer. Let's try one for the mask. I know I have one in here that's literally like a theater mask. But I don't like that one. Oh, nope. I'm not feeling this particular song. I'll be right back. I gotta switch it. Much better. Oh, that's an easy one. Wow, okay. Accident. Didn't mean for that to happen. What even is... Oh, that's wild. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just playing with my fucking symmetry types here. I'm actually going to switch to playing with this sketch I have on for the card back, just because the other working on the other ones give me a bit of a headache, so I gotta switch what I'm doing before I start wanting to murder myself. So let's get back to our sketching brush. Yeah, there we go. And right now I'm pretty much just doodling, and that's sort of it. I'm letting the symmetry do the work for me.
Still alive?
Mm-hmm.
Did you change the music?
No, I just skipped ahead a song. Because it played one song that was instrumental, and then it played the same song again with words, and it was like country music. And it wasn't clear from the instrumental that it was country music. Then it came in and I was like, no, I can't. So I just clicked on the next song that was in the queue.
That's crazy. I dropped so many frames. Thursday, I haven't dropped a single frame. Alright. Anything over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here.
Oh god, getting fucking raided. Oh jeez. Well, hi, thanks guys. God, first fucking stream too, and I'm getting raided. Don't you love it? Oh boy.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I just want to say, hey, thank you for being here, and I'm just drawing some shit. I'm just doodling. If you have any thoughts or anything, just fucking. Sorry, I know you didn't sign up for ASMR, but I wasn't planning on doing ASMR either. Oh, geez, Rick. Just, if the tingles are too much, just let me know.
Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. I'm out here working on a personal tarot deck for my shit. For my shit. For my D&D games. I'm sort of just sketching, doodling right now. I mean, just there's some chill music, and I have no fucking idea where I'm going with this. So, hey, I just it be how it be. It be how it is, though. Is it weird that there's like super calm, chill music and you're staring at a picture of a knife? Is that no weird? I feel like it's a little bit weird. Well, that's kind of neat. I'm liking where that's at. Let's see another thing I got. Good. Come on, kids, do the brush. Okay, my Photoshop has decided to stop functioning. Nope. Once again, gotta change the song. I'm just not feeling it, y'all. I'm not here to stress myself out. Oh. Yeah, we can do the same song in instrumental. That's fine. Why's my shit decide not to work? Yeah. And yep. And what is this one? What the fuck is this one? Oh, that's cool, but I don't need that. Sorry, I know this is thrilling content while I scroll through my brush library off screen. Okay, but I turn the brush size up and it decides not to work. Why must you pain me this way? Let me use my fucking mixer brush. Oh my god. Okay, well that one wants to work. And that one too. Okay. So let's pull this guy back. Alrighty, y'all. It is coming up on 6 o'clock. And I'm just past the 2-hour mark here. Ooh. And I believe it is just about time for me to sign off for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you to homies who raided. That was dope. Terrifying for a first stream, but dope nonetheless. Always love having people around. And it is time for me to go get some dinner and get ready for my short work week this week. Just waiting on good old Wheeler to get in here and help me wrap up. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for him, we're just gonna do a quick scan through. Look at all my other things I've been working on. We got so much stuff. Here's a stream thingy that I'm working on. Also in very early stages. That's a preview. We got some character art for my good boy Gideon, and the rest of the Tuesday night Grapes of Wrath crew. And we got some other stuff in here, which is the secret stuff. Secret stuff. Some more character art from, that was from our first one-shot. The Critical Role one that we did. This is my good boy. Belthus of Ruthadern with a fucking crazy high set of stats. Everybody, don't forget to save your files whenever you're working on them. Alrighty, and that's gonna be it for me. I gotta figure out how to turn the stream off. Wheeler, help me turn off the stream. Yeah, 6 o'clock. Alright. Do you want to say some quick goodbyes while you're here?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. We're gonna try and do this every week?
Yeah, we can do every week.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do this every Sunday at 4 to 6 o'clock. This was the first time doing it, so
sometimes it might be longer, sometimes it might be shorter, but 4 to 6 is a good length.
Yeah. But thanks for joining us. Make sure to shoot us a follow, subscribe if you can. Be on the lookout. We are having as far as I know, we're having a giveaway on our stream on Tuesday. Specifically, I got an extra copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, so if you'd like a physical copy of it, make sure that you're there. We will give more details out on our socials. Thanks for joining us tonight, and I hope you guys have a good start of your week. That's it. Bye.